How you doing this afternoon, Barrett?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. TJ Wilkerson from 90.9 The Light. You guys are playing Georgia in your home opener at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Atlanta. Your hometown is only 40 minutes away, depending on traffic. We all know traffic in Atlanta is terrible. But minus that, are you going to be able to bring any family to that matchup?
Yeah, I let my parents usually handle my tickets, but I'm sure they've already told me they've gotten a lot of calls and a lot of texts about that game specifically. But I'm excited to have a lot of my family there. The more, the merrier. That's how I see it. But I always just let my parents handle that. I like to just focus on the game and just focus on what's to come.
Barrett, first row, right in front of you.
Dan Tortora, wakeupcalldt.com. Just what you could say about everything that's been asked of you from Coach Sweeney as well as the staff, that extra that you give. So beyond the film, beyond the practice, what is that extra that's made you the player that you are?
I think our staff and Coach Sweeney, they've challenged me to become more of a leader. And I've really taken that and tried to run with that ever since the season ended. Clemson, we've had a bunch of great leaders in the past. I want to be the next in line with that. But they've challenged me to become more of a vocal leader. And I've tried to do that every single day and just try to preach to our guys, have the right mentality. And no matter what our coaches throw at us, just attack it head on, we should be good. But, that's what they've asked me to do. And, of course, I have a long way to go still, but I think I'm heading in the right direction.
Barrett, to your left, second row, young lady in the blue.
I'm Katrina Sacken for the Clemson Insider. Barrett, first off, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Can we talk about your relationship with Trotter and about how much he's affected your on and off the field decisions? Obviously, you had that decision to come back. How has he affected your life? And talk to me about that brotherhood.
Yeah, just so thankful that God crossed Trotter and I's paths. That was my roommate for 2.5 years, so regardless of what happened on the field with Trot, we're going to go home to the same place. We have no choice but to make up at the end of the night. But that's my brother for life. I was just chatting with him a couple weeks ago, just seeing how he was doing. But the thing that I love about Trotter is that he's all about his business. Me, I'm going to talk a lot of trash and whatever, but Trot's he's going to kill you with silence. So that's what I can respect the most about Trotter. But he really just taught me, he's the definition of just hard work and just being about your business. And I've tried to really instill that into, myself and how I attack every single day and just my mindset towards things. But, Trot's going to be my brother for life. He's probably going to be maybe my best man. I don't know, whenever that day comes. But, Trot, that's my dog for sure.
Barrett, your last question will come to your left, the young man in the orange.
Hey Barrett, Trevor Groves, CUTigers.com. Sammy Brown lived up to the hype in the spring game in April. Just what are your first impressions of the freshman?
First of all, he looks the part already. And physicality-wise, I would say he's probably stronger than all of us already. And he's 18, 19 years old, whatever he is. But, Sammy, he's wired differently, to say the least. And he's come in just hungry and driven with no ego at all. He's tried to pick my brain as much as possible just to learn the playbook and learn just the ins and outs of, how to be successful at Clemson. So I'm glad that we have him in our program. I like to take credit that he committed because I hosted him on his OV, but that's a different story. But, Sammy, he's going to be special for us. So I'm looking forward to, him showing the world, who Sammy Brown is and, what he's all about.
Barrett, thank you. You can switch spots with Cade. Cade Klubnik will be with us for the next couple of minutes. Once again, please introduce or reintroduce yourselves and who you're with. And we'll go to the right-hand side, Cade, as you get settled. Second row.
Hey, Cade, this is Grayson Mann with TigerNet.com. One of the themes with talking to Garrett Riley last week was some of the lessons and the takeaways he had in year one as the coordinator. But for you, when you look back at the tape, what are some of your takeaways that you're going to bring with you in year two as the starter?
Yeah, honestly, super excited to have Coach Riley as my quarterback coach and offensive coordinator for my third year, second year in a row. I would just say, honestly, one of the biggest things is taking it 1 week at a time. Never looking to the next opponent, never looking to 2 weeks ahead, 3 weeks ahead, but truly just focusing on one day at a time. And that's one thing that we've talked about, and then just being automatic in everything. and every little play being automatic and efficient, and just making the routine plays routine, and just sticking to the system.
Cade, right in front of you, first row, right side.
Cade, Dan Tortora, wakeupcalldt.com. Where has that evolution come from for you that you've seen since you've been asked to be there as a signal caller and to be the leader of this offense? Where have you seen yourself evolve the most as you step into 2024?
I think just being able to manage the game. Just I look back at last season and throughout the year, being a full-time starter for a full year, I learned how to actually manage a game in a really efficient way, and I think that that's one thing I got better at throughout the season, and one thing that I want to start off with really, really quickly in week one, and then just continue to get better at. So, that's been great, and then honestly just leading, just using my voice and pushing guys, and just building as great as a camaraderie as I can build with my teammates and with my O-line, with my receivers, with my running backs, tight ends. Just trying to be the best leader that I can be, and it's been great.
Cade, from the podium, a follow-up to that. Last year, 21 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. What have you been working on during the offseason to improve that ratio?
Yeah, I think the first thing would be, obviously getting to be in the same system again. I think that being able to know the offense, almost feels like as you're in a system, the longer you're in it, you know how to get through progressions faster. You know when to kind of cancel out yes/no pre-snap progressions, know when you're hot off of blitzes, know the protections better, and that honestly comes with getting the ball out of my hand quicker. At least less interception, less sacks, and then being able to kind of make big-time plays with either my legs or throwing the ball downfield. So.
Right side, third row.
Okay, TJ Wilkerson of 90.9 The Light. Clemson comes from a long list of great quarterbacks. Have any of those previous alumni reached out to you or offered to work out with you in your game?
Not as much like work out. I've talked to Deshaun and Trevor a little bit each, but they're both chasing their NFL careers right now, so they don't have a ton of free time to come back and train at Clemson with me. But I've definitely had some great mentors. Nick Foles was a guy that went to my high school, and just a guy that I've looked up to a ton, and got to spend a couple days with the Mannings at Manning Passing Academy a couple weeks ago and kind of pick their brain and stuff, and kind of learn couple cheat codes of stuff that I've never even heard before. So that was great, and it's been awesome to kind of have people like that that I can reach out to, and that truly understand what I'm going through and what the game is.
Okay, thank you. You and Phil can switch spots. Phil Maffa will be with us for just a moment or two. Phil, as you get set, we will move the microphone left side of the room, second row.
Mayor Densham on the Players Lounge. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. So you had a standout bowl performance and even set a school bowl record with 4 rushing touchdowns. How hungry does that make you for this season?
It definitely makes me look forward to the season, not only just individually, but as a team. Just seeing the way that we finished definitely gave us a lot of confidence for this year and going into the offseason and our preparation. So I definitely feel like that game has helped our team morale be boosted and allowed the guys to know that we can win, we can be successful.
To your right, first row.
Phil, Toby Corson with Tiger Vision. You and Shipley were more of a running back by committee last year. Now that you're the main guy, what changes in your mindset heading into this season?
Really nothing changes in my mindset, but one thing I have been focusing on this season, this offseason, is to my longevity, just to be able to play as many games as I can this year, taking care of my body, my nutrition, doing what I need to do on a daily in order to be successful.
Still there on your right side, first row.
Dan Tortora, wakeupcalldt.com. Phil, just that relationship that you have with Cade and how that's evolved and how that's grown over time and what that looks like going into this season and having success on the offensive side.
My relationship with Cade has gotten great. We just took a trip down to Sea Island, spent a great time together, worshiping, fellowshipping, and, he's my brother in Christ. I love that dude. He cares about this team so much, and he's taken a great step this offseason just to get closer to the guys and help to, bring unity within the offense and defense. He stepped up as a vocal leader and just as, a field general out there. And, I'm really proud of him. And I can see the offense doing really well this year because of the guys that came back. We got a lot of guys back and got a new center. It's his 4th year, so he knows what to do. So I'm pretty confident in our offense.
Phil, from the podium, on a lighter note, you're 1 for 2 in your career in passing, completion for 19 yards. Do you like throwing the ball, and do you practice passing off the field in your own time?
Yeah, I really do like throwing the ball, but a lot of people really don't like to catch the ball from me since I'm left-handed. But, I mean, whenever Coach needs me to throw the ball, I'm always willing because, I think it's awesome.
Phil, thank you. You can switch spots with RJ, and RJ will finish up our time with the Tigers. Questions for RJ as he approaches the podium. RJ, we'll go to your right-hand side, second row, far right.
Hey, RJ, David Hood with TigerNet.com. When you walk into the locker room in the spring and you see you and Tyler Venables, the old guys, does it feel like, this has kind of come full circle for you? And does it feel like you're the old heads in the room, or do you feel like you still just got here?
Coach always says, the days are long, but the years are short, and that's never been more true. I mean, it feels like I just got here yesterday, but, 5 years, 4 years gone by, and it's just been amazing.
To your right, third row.
TJ Wilkerson on 90.9 The Light. Clemson has always had such a stellar defense, and this year is no different. What can you tell us about you and the players alongside this defensive side?
Just the work we've been putting in. Me, Barrett, Tyler, we got a ton of great leaders and young leaders as well. Avion Terrell, Sheldon Lewis. Guys just stepping up and, just grinding this whole offseason and this whole summer has just been incredible to see, and we just got to be consistent. That's the main thing.
RJ, from the podium, you've steadily improved your starts each year. What is it about the evolution of your game that's translated to more starts in your career?
For me personally, it's just been being consistent. Like I said, every single play could be that play that can win or lose the game, and especially being a safety, you got to have that mindset every single play. You cannot take a play off. And I feel like I've really improved in that sense and just maturing and, developing, as a leader and as a man off the field.
Other questions for RJ? We'll bring it back to Dan in the front row. We'll bring that microphone back to the front row, right in front of RJ.
RJ, Dan Tortora, wakeupcalldt.com. To come back here and to put the NFL dreams on hold for a minute, what is it about this season and this Clemson football team that makes you believe the national stage is where you will be again?
Just having the people in that building, Coach Sweeney, Coach Kahn, Coach West, Coach Riley on the offensive side, and then the guys in the locker room, a really special group of guys, just seeing the work and the camaraderie and, just those long days that I was talking about, just grinding, early mornings, late nights, just grinding in the facility and just putting in work. I just really got a lot of confidence in this bunch.
RJ, thank you. Clemson, good luck this season.